Good evening, my cannonballs. Good evening, my cannonballs. Good evening, my cannonballs. We're back for a short, quick second. It's gonna be a short one. And look, you may have to hear the crickets, or better yet, I could go off the porch and get in my corner. I got a corner here and there. Oh my goodness, got me a little corner. Yes, indeed. Hopefully it's not too bad, but they everywhere. But it won't be long before their asses are dead because fall. Well, winter is approaching fast. I'm just glad that we had, even though you guys, we had a hot summer, but it wasn't as hot. Well, certain times I would say I would say sometimes the heat was durable. Oh my goodness, you guys have to see. Oh my goodness, I have blisters in my hands. That's how hard my ass was working today. Like I was working pretty hard for the umpteenth time, and I got a lot more to do. I ain't ready for it, but on the flip side, I did run into some new adventures of me, for me making money, which is a thing. It's a good thing for me. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's a good thing, and I'm kind of excited about it, even though it may be outside or it may be inside, you know. I would want that pay to be like it, how it is. I want it to be like it how it is, when it's time for my payments. I don't want anybody half stepping me now. No half stepping me. No. Keep it real with me. I don't need no lullabies and alibis. Or I was gonna do this and I was gonna do that. Do it right now, okay? Do it right now. That's what I'm asking. Do it right now. How you doing, Regina? Do it right now. Do it right now. And see when I'm very very happy, I I have I have this moment of just kind of going back in and out still a little bit, but I'm happy because I'm finally home. I'm finally home and I'm finally relaxing and I finally get a chance to just rest. Because I had to do some stuff today. I don't want to go into details about it, but just know I will have to hey, get that shovel, and do some things, baby. We made it happen. Honestly, it was gonna be just only me, but the Lord put it on another man's heart to call somebody else up to help a brother out. And I'm just so appreciative about it. Who is this? Oh, that's one of my family members. Oh, that look good, girl. That look good, girl. That look good. That look good in the hood. That is always on look good. But yes, indeed, I love it. Oh, thank you, Regina. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But yeah, like I was saying, I was man. When I tell you, I'm still blessed as it is because he was gonna leave me out there by myself, and I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. And he gave me a price too ahead of time. Boy, I went to digging. I went to digging. I was digging my ass off. You hear me? When I heard that price that he told me, you know what I'm saying. And look, yeah, and look what you guys think that I would actually say the price, but it was worth it. I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't even jealous at all. Oh my goodness, I hate when people do this. Look, hold on. I'm gonna have to just, man, do not disturb me. I don't want to hear any calls or none of that shit. Like, oh my goodness, people gotta, no, I'm doing my life. Like, I'm gonna see them, and that's another thing too. I know sometimes people may not know what you're doing, but just know I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna speak and everything. That's how I roll. Because I don't like to be ignored. And sometimes, I have a bad habit of ignoring people sometimes when I don't feel like speaking. Like if I don't for instance, I know people that I would say when they have conversations, they kind of, they have like a laugh with them. It's funny to me. It's like, da 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 da, ha ha ha. It's like, I'm not, I can't be fake and be like, I can't do that. I have to laugh when it's funny to me. I can't hate yourself. I have to laugh when it's funny to me. I can't laugh because you're laughing and you think you're thinking that I'm supposed to laugh because you said something funny, or you think I'm gonna laugh because you think in your head that is funny. But in my head, I don't think it's really funny. So therefore, I give them a straight face, like, yeah, look, I ain't gonna lie, I used to fake laugh when I used to think people was trying to be funny, but they just wanted to laugh. But now I can't do that. It's been really really hard for me to camouflage everything. I ain't gonna lie to you. It has become a hard job camouflaging certain things, but it's okay because when you are grown, there's no need to camouflage now. You have to be honest. You have to be brutally honest. Sometimes it may hurt your feelings. Sometimes it hurt mine. When people sometimes was coming at me, in certain ways, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, girl, nigga, what? You know, I get it from both sides because people care about me. So therefore, they are going to be like that. Sometimes, sometimes it can come off like, oh my goodness, that somebody's mad at me, but that's not always the case. They just want to help you. But yeah, what I was saying. But yeah, it was some gigs brought my way to it at that. But yeah, oh my goodness, I'm just excited about these new adventures. And you know what? I took both of these people upon their offer. I really did because I'm like, shoot. Instead of doing plan A, I can do plan B, which is fine. I can do that. I can do plan B. And I'm never gonna just those really just really throw the towel in. I'm always going to continue to move around and work because I don't give a damn if I'm on top of the table or under the table. I'm going to make some money. I am. I'm not lazy. I'm a 90s baby. Okay, so therefore I watch my a different generation, really two different really no, I'll say three because the greats, then your mom. Oh no, let me put it in correct order. Mama, daddy, sisters, brothers, uncles, aunties, great grandpa, and great grandmothers. You know, when you watch all of those people, those different generations, hey, how you doing, brother Jay? When you watch all those people, you learn a lot from them, and you learn how to act. And I feel like a lot of these people out here nowadays, they don't know how to act, which is why I stay at the house, on a Friday night or a Saturday night. You know, for real, because it's not really worth losing your cool for someone that is under the age of 21, or if they are 21. I don't really hang around that crowd. I prefer people to be up in age, like around maybe late 40s and early 50s. I can get along with people that's around that age. Look, I don't understand why it's always been like that, but for me, I never went, I don't I never talked to anyone that was around my age. And I think that and I think I think it has always been like that. Usually older guys like younger girls, and usually younger girls sometimes like older guys. It depends on the person, but yeah, it depends on the person. That's what it is. But yeah, but what else I was gonna say? What else I was gonna say? Oh yeah, another thing. I'm sorry that if I have these mute moments because my mind is racing for some no reason, and I have to come up with whatever I can with whatever I can. But but yeah, I'm just so excited about these new adventures, and I also cannot wait to you know um get some things in order. You know, with my health, like getting my eyes checked because I'm tired of having these cataracts. Getting that surgery done because I'm already taking care of the teeth. I'm dropping 350 at the door. Okay, I'm dropping 350 at the door. Yes, indeed. You think I'm gonna be standing around here looking crazy in my mid 40s? I done seen sometimes I lose my appetite when I see people with missing teeth, even though I can't talk because I got missing teeth too as well. But the fronts are gone. Oh my goodness, how do you eat? How do you chew? But I'm sure you got some back teeth. But sometimes always have that. Sometimes people don't. I mean, sometimes I can see people teeth protruding out their mouth. I'm like, and it's going different type of ways. And that's not a diss, but it's people out here that's like that. And I'm like, oh, I hope my teeth, my career don't ever, do me like that. That's why I be watching what I eat. I need softer foods. I don't need anything hard. If you eat, a lot of the times, cracking those shells, eating all those crab legs. You actually, you can crack your teeth, or your veneer, and that's not, and I'm sure just one veneer, I don't know how much that would cost to get it fixed, but it's pretty pricey. Just like getting fake teeth to put in your mouth for the time being, it's pretty freaking pricey, it's pricey. So, in order to keep what all you got in your mouth, I would suggest you Hey, watch what you put in your grill. I mean, watch what you put in your mouth so you can have a nice grill. I miss my smell. I had a beautiful smell before a lot of things happened. You know, I really do. You know, and I'm so glad. I really do miss it. And I am so glad that I wasn't the type of person that was into getting into a lot of fights. Because, you know, people don't fight fair nowadays. Look, they want to bang your head all against the concrete, want to knock you out and still fight you. And I hate seeing videos like that because it's like the person is life. Well, they're not lifeless, but they can't do anything. And why are you steady hitting them? You know, you can kill them like that. You know, you can get a charge. And which are you willing to go to jail for fighting, really, when you can just walk away? I mean, that's what, you know, I really do. You know, I don't let anybody, you know, now they can now talking crazy wise, you know, I'll talk a little shit back. I'm not gonna lie to you, send me. But at the same damn time, I'm not gonna be on that damn fight. And look, the last time I was in a fight was some years ago. Well, I was, yeah, it was some year like a physical altercation type of fight, like, like really, really, you know, going blows to blows to blows. But my body hurt it the next day. It felt like I got jumped. I promise you, it was that bad. But we were fighting in the snow. We was fighting in the snow. I didn't give it in. You know, we was fighting in the snow, baby. I almost got hit in the head with a locker. Yes, indeed, with a lock in the head, baby. Shoot, y'all think something else was, you know, people may say this and say that, but shoot, I'm just saying, baby, I got hit in the head. I almost got hit in the head with a locker. Baby, with a lock. I mean, baby, I was so thankful. I'm like, ooh, I was like, I'm just so thankful. But I will see, I'm the type of person, I don't really pick up things to hurt people with, not unless if I have to. But I was never that person to be just like picking up you know, bricks and bats and hammers. You know, people sometimes do that in, you know, fights, but I think it kind of rubbed off on me a little bit from watching certain individuals do those type of acts, you know, just to defend themselves and have tasers. But you know what? I'd rather see that than guns. I'm not going to lie to you. I'd rather see that than guns because if, you know, someone's life can be taken. And honestly, I really don't, I don't like hearing about, you know, passing of people. It's like, damn, they were young, you know. I don't really too much like to hear that. You know, I feel like, you know, they still had time on this earth, but they chose to make their own decisions. So, you know, they was the cause of their own demise. But at the same time, I still have a heart for people that, you know, they may get out of here a little bit too soon, you know. They're like, dang, man, how come you couldn't just stay on the right path? And there be some people that be, you know, sometimes educated and not so educated, you know, and, you know, sometimes they just find themselves in situations. And then you have sometimes you got people that be out there and the wrong place is wrong time. So that'd be like that's another thing too. I be cautious. Look, I pay attention to everything. Even though it may not seem like I do, but I'm always looking around. Honestly, always looking around, always making sure that, hey, if I see a person with a gun, look, I know what to do. Run or duck. Really duck if they start busting. But you know, if you see that gun in sight, get up the hell up on out of dodge. Okay, you know all that fighting and shit, all that running to a fight. Hell no. Why would I want to? Well, look, why would I want to run to a fight for? So I stabbed, shot, jumped on to. You know, people are crazy out here. I don't have time for that. I'm very conservative at times, you know, when it comes to certain things. But I can get ratchet at times too. But you know, that's that. You know, that's like every blue moon. So that's why I don't engage on physical combat. That's right, because even if you win, your body still hurts a whole lot. I mean, you know what? I had to rest for damn near 2 days. 2 days of me feeling exhausted after fighting, after trying to get off of somebody's ass because they was trying to get on my ass. Look, I will only do it if I have to do it. If they put chains on me, I don't mind taking it there. You know, I'm not, and look, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. At this age, you know, because I'm still young, but my body is telling me that you're changing, and I'm noticing that my body is slowly healing itself, kind of slowly than it did in my 20s. You know, maybe if I would have had a bump or if I fell, you know, down there the pain would be gone down there before you really, you know, maybe in a day or two, you know. But now it's lasting months, weeks, and it's like days, and it's like, oh my goodness, no one told me this. But you know, at the same time, you're not 20 anymore. You know, you're getting, you know, you're in another, you know, another age group now, age bracket now. So it's like, oh my goodness, I'm just gotta be. Look, it makes me want to be more careful. You know, make it look all that jumping up and down, running all fast. Now I can do that if I want to, if I just want to have fun, but I got asthma, so therefore I can't be doing all that so quick like that. I look, and the best thing to do, and when you got asthma, or if you're having an asthma attack, put your hands up. If you're having an, and because sometimes you may have a little bit of anxiety, so just put your hands up. Because the lady saved my life by doing that. Because I had one too, and I made it out of mine. Thank goodness. That was so scary. Not being in control of your breathing is scarier than a mug. I'm trying to tell you, I don't ever want to have that experience anymore. Which is why I'm trying to work on stop, vaping. But I'm not supposed to be smoking at all. So at my age, I can't afford to even fight. To fall. Yes, that's right. That's right. I know you can. I know you can. A lot of your peers can. Mine can. Well, no, they can't. Well, no, well, yeah, they can. But our bodies are healing a lot longer than we expected. And look, I had my homeboy. He fell. He fell. He had to wear a brace. I had to wear. Look, I had to wear one too. Hell, I messed around I think I think one day I messed around and walked the wrong way down the step coming out the house, and all of a sudden I think I may have walked the wrong way, and then just walking. I was walking, but I think my foot went kind of like an opposite way, and then the next morning I felt nothing but pain, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I couldn't look. I had to limp. I was limping. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that one little incident, look, that one little mishap of me moving too fast when I was under the influence of some wine, caused me to be in pain for about 2 weeks or more. Like, oh my goodness, like, oh, that's why I gotta be more careful. Ooh, these mosquitoes are attracting. Hold on, you guys, I'm gonna go get my robe because I don't like these mosquitoes eating my ass up, and I ain't got time to be itching while I'm laying down in the bed. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna make it real quick. Oh. I wanna hold you in my arms. Don't let nobody get up on you, baby. No, run right there, right there. Don't let them think that you're single. Let them know that you're with me. I just want to give you everything, baby. I'm single. I'm not alone. Not alone. I'm trying. Look, I'm trying to finish. I'm trying to add some more words to end this song. Oh my goodness, I love my creativity. But yeah. Yes indeed, yes indeed. We ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. And then I really wish that my body would heal itself a little quicker. But hell, look, we're not kids and we're not tween anymore. We got to deal with the pain. But I got a high tolerance of pain. I have been up when teeth were being pulled and broken in my jaw. Well, in my gums, I mean. But that was painful. I don't like that. That's why, look, I'm paying for anesthesia. Okay, that's why I'm dropping at 350, baby. I'm paying for the anesthesia. I'm tired. I went years of pulling and yakking on my jaw, on my grill. Trying to get them bad teeth out because I'd have messed around and I'd have ate the wrong foods and bam, bit down too hard, caused another problem. Look, I promise you, it was like a domino effect. I got mad at somebody. They pissed me off. Bit down too hard on my teeth. Bam, that's a hole in there. Bam, a cavity. It's like I couldn't win for lose. Every year, it's like almost every year or every other year, I was going back and forth to get a tooth pulled. And there was nothing that I could do. It was nothing that I could really do. Who is that? I don't know who that is. KOCC. I don't know who that is. But yeah, little hi, bro. Hi, how are you? Oh, what's up? What's up? How you doing? I'm glad you spoke because you're new here. But yeah, it was like double. It's like problem after problems after problems, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So that's why I'm done with that. I'm done with eating anything hard. Sure am. And sweet. Like I don't eat. Look, and you guys, I have noticed that if I don't see it, or if I don't really too much be kind of thinking about it, because I do like I do like to indulge in certain things that is kind of, with butter and sugar and milk. Okay. And you can have any type of thing, it could be maybe a cake. Well, I don't do so much care for cake anymore, but I like pies. But I like a moist cake. I like a moist cake. A moist cake is fire. It's off the chain. Something that made from scratch. Anything made from scratch, baby. Anything that's made from scratch, I tell you, I commend you all that can cook from scratch. I can't cook from scratch. Only thing I tried, but it was epic fail. It was nasty. It was very, very nasty, and I was so disappointed. Well, I'm glad that I didn't disappoint anybody, but I was disappointed because what if I served that to people? Like I'd be so like heartbroken. Like niggas, look, I can picture it now. Niggas spitting out my food. What the hell is this shit? I can hear I can hear people saying that in my head. Like oh my goodness, I done fucked up. Yeah, it wouldn't be no excuse. Like one year, you guys, I messed up the whole spread for Thanksgiving. I was rushing. I was nervous. And I messed up the whole entire spread. Look. The dressing was thick. We're talking, looks a fork standing up. Like you know how that, how something, cartoon commercials where they make something go back and forth. That's how I feel like the fork could have done. It could have been flicked. I could have been flicking that motherfucking fork back and forth, back and forth. It was terrible. The macaroni and cheese, epic fail. We had damn near. I had two different damn near noodles in there. I had elbows and I had the little stringy kind for spaghetti. Yeah. Oh my goodness, how ghetto that was. For the yams, look, I made a mistake. I froze the yams. I thawed them out. They didn't come out right. They really didn't come out right at all. I think I may have put them in a little too early. Oh, my stomach's telling me, feed me. I'm finna feed you. Better calm down. I'm trying to have me a little long time right now. So you wasn't on your motherfucking back. Okay? That's how I be feeling sometimes. When it comes to certain things. When it comes to anything. But yeah, it was just an epic fail. And I think the only thing I did do right was maybe a salad. But I'm trying to get better with cooking. I am. I can cook certain things, but certain things I can't cook, really from scratch, But but you know what, you guys, anytime you do see me on here cooking, I'm only cooking the things that I like to eat and the things that I know that I'm not going to too much mess up on because I'm taking my time. I'm not walking in and out and staying in one room because some cooks have a bad habit of doing that. Oh, you're from India. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, some people have a bad habit of eating. I mean, a bad habit of what did I say? Come back to me. They have a bad habit of oh my goodness, I forgot. See, it happens. I don't know why that happens. I'm gonna have to get my head checked. It's just it happens. I have too many brain farts. I don't know why. My mind just be racing sometimes. But yeah. I wish I would have never even I wish I would have never even cooked that year. It was just terrible. It was terrible. But I'm getting better though. I'm getting better. Keep on cooking. Simple. Yes indeed. You said food is it's too expensive to mess up. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I know, right? That's why I make sure that I don't do that. Oh, I know what I was saying. I make sure I don't do that. But yeah, I don't walk out and in and out. I try to make sure that whatever I'm cooking, I'm gonna make sure that it tastes good. And if I want to call a friend over, because I always want to do that. I know, which I have done it in the past. I have called people over. When you want to play, I send them a picture first. I don't even say that really too much, but I just put that on the end of it. You want to play? I got enough because the way that I cook, I'm cooking like I got a family at times. I have always been like that. Like just having it's really me, but I'm having like a little bit too much for myself, so I have to give it away sometimes. But sometimes I don't even give it away. I just eat on it for a couple of days and eat on it for a couple of days, and then that's what it be. Because who wants to always cook and then be standing over a hot ass stove? And, it's almost like now I get what my parents would have to go through because it's like they have to stand over hot stoves after getting out of the hot ass sun and then have to deal with our asses, and then trying to keep the house clean, keep it in order, keep y'all asses in order too as well. I'm sure we all have experienced that. The ones, what time is it? It is a 12:44. Why are they even chirping? Something's going on in this world. Mm-hmm. Hope it ain't an AI bird. I'm tired of AI. I want humans, and not made up pictures and something that someone done drew and decided to make it look realistic. Mm-hmm. And you guys, would you guys know this too? That some folks actually think that some of those AI, well, real people, they are sadly mistaken. I don't think they are at all. The ones that I see on Instagram, I just don't think they are real. They are real people at all. They just a bunch of animation to me, but they make it look realistic. Mm-hmm. And it's some people that I ain't gonna lie, they have kind of been a little crazy with it because it's like, why would y'all want to, come up with a song, and then using the Lord in it? Like, what are we doing? Blasphemy. You know, we can't do that. I'm not finna do that. I can't even watch it. I don't even want any entertainment. They have a scene. They got nothing but black people in the background in a choir at a church, and they're singing something about a bee and a nigga and this and that. It's like, what? Get out of here with that. I'm not supporting that. Mm-mm. Nope, not at all. Because that wouldn't, that could never happen in the house of the Lord unless of a demon coming in there being disruptive, oh my goodness, I'm having a hard time saying that. Disruptive. Okay, I can't say it. I know I can say this word. Oh, they gonna eat my ass up about this. Disrupting the place. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. I have a bad speech impediment problem sometimes, but I try to get it out. Here's what it is. Don't judge me. Y'all can judge me all you want to, but it is what it is. Somebody will judge you too as well. Mm-hmm. But yes, indeed. But I hope these holidays kind of go by fast. I'm not really a big fan of the holidays, you guys. I can't actually wait till we get into January. Yes, indeed. I can't wait. I'm not in that mood. It's just it don't hit me the same. But I do want. I'm not gonna lie. I do like Halloween, even though I'm not supposed to be liking Halloween because of the religious people. But because I'm spiritual. But I guess it would be the same because we all have that moment where we can actually go there if we want to really give God the praise. We just choose not to do that in certain places. Me personally, I'm not ashamed. I won't be doing the most, but I will clap my hands and stand up if I feel like what I'm hearing is the truth, and it may be about me. Sometimes the pastor can make you feel like he's talking about you. Sometimes. So therefore, you have a right to get up. Some people don't even want to get up, but let us be at an artist concert, at a famous artist concert. Everybody's getting up. I never understood that. Niggas in the balcony sitting down. I don't like to see that. Coming to church and look, come as you are is perfectly fine, but dress up for the Lord. Look. If we can dress up for the club and dress up for concerts and going out, we can dress up for the Lord. I like wearing suits. I like looking good because I know I'm a handsome man. I don't take myself too seriously like that when it comes to my features. But at the same time, I am blessed and I'm glad that God made me. I am so glad that God made me this way. So therefore I will not be ashamed like some people are, like Sir King is. He's a very ashamed of himself, and I believe it was him on that picture too. He's very ashamed. He want to call me a turtle, bitch. Okay, if I look like a turtle, bitch, I look like a turtle. Hey, look, a lot of niggas that look like, I would say a lot of niggas sometimes that come off as bald headed. They make it look like a little turtle, but it is what it is. I'm a damn good looking snapping turtle if you ask me. Yeah, because I snap too. That's why my ass is cannonball. Because I'm like a loose cannon, bitch. Fuck what you heard. It is what it is. I don't mean to hurt nobody's feelings, but it is what it is, baby. I'm not gonna fake the funk. I don't get it. And that's nothing wrong if you want to choose. You can choose to do that. It's up to you. But when it comes to certain individuals, I don't too much. I found I found some of their rhetoric can be kind of like bullshit, and then when they try to embarrass you on their show, it's like, really, bitch, really, bitch. How did DKL say, really, bitch, really, ho, really, bitch, really, bitch? Oh my goodness, yes indeed. I just be finding a bunch of fakeness are going around. a lot of fakeness. I mean, I'm glad that I can be myself and I ain't gotta be like nobody else. Like, who else do you know that act like me on here? You know, now we may be in a category as we know who's working, or we know who's maybe going through some hard times, or just they kind of just at a different place in their life than other people that's on here. But you know, as far as I'm concerned, if I get look when I get there, I get there. I don't have that money making look on me right now. So, but it is what it is. I'm still liking me. hmm I'm still liking me for me, and I'm glad that people like me for me, and I'm glad I don't have to. I'm glad I don't have to rent suits and 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 go shopping and taking clothes back just to make y'all look. Well, just to make it appear as if I'm the shit. Like people need clothes to validate, name brands to validate themselves. Oh, give me a compliment. Oh, all that stuff. Please get out of here with that. Bitch, I love a City Trend. I love Dillard's. I love all the stores that people wouldn't really go to anymore, even though they used to shop at those places. But it's different strokes for different folks. I even go to Goodwill. I love going to Goodwill. Goodwill has some good stuff. They really do. They be having some good things. And look, one time a lady found a ring. I was at the pantry one day, and I also heard her say she pawned a ring and she got $7,000 for it. She went into a Goodwill and she checked the pockets. You guys check them pockets. I don't give a damn if it's a coat, look, pants, check them, a shirt, check them. Because the worker ain't gonna check them. They just trying to get the shit out of the way so they can go home. But check them, my consumers. Check them, and you will win gold. Yes, indeed. She said that. Look, I remember that lady said when I found out how much that money was worth, she went down there. I mean, when she no, not worth, but when she got that ring. Well, no, that's what. Yeah, it was. That's what it was. Yeah, when she found out how much money that ring was worth, she when she said she went to the bank and hurry up and deposit that. And I don't blame her. That's important. Most people, like I'm not gonna lie to you. Some people that are on some type of substance, or if they just kind of like immature with money, don't know how to handle money, they will just kind of go crazy with it. Now, me personally, I would spoil myself and then I put some away, but I wouldn't go crazy with it. Mm-mm. No, I learned my lesson from doing that. When you got resources, or when you just having things come to you, you know, by the good, by the will of your good, you know, um, you can get a little happy in the hand. And when I by that I mean just kind of like a little spending here, spending there, like spending everywhere. Let's go here, let's go there to eat. All that adds up. All that adds up. You know, People be like, I want to get a relationship. You do? Shoot, better have some money. I mean, you're gonna have to have some money to get a relationship. That's why, I say, whatever happens, happens. But you know, um, with me in a relationship, but I want to be right. I don't want to be half stepping. I don't want to be like, hey, can you wait till this certain amount of days? You know, I want to be able to be like, hey, let's go get something to eat. Where you want to go? Are you feeling tacos? Are you feeling pasta? You know, are you feeling a little grilled steak and potatoes? You know, what about fish? I'm just saying, it don't take too much, but at the same time, it do take a little much to get, well, what I'm saying. It takes some money to get, to go out there and, really to please your mate. I ain't gonna lie, but you can do it on the budget though. You can do it on the budget. You ain't gotta be trying to front or think that you're gonna please this he or she. Hell, if they accept you for who you are, they'll be with you. They'll be with you. And look, as a person that has been around people before, in that type of way, you'll get to know them a lot better. Yes, indeed. You will see certain things. You may hear crazy things too as well. But at the same time, they ain't gonna leave you. Not unless if they are cheating on you. Oh my god, why my mouth is watering so much? Mm-mm. I hate when that happens to you guys. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right. Oh, I hate when this happens. Oh. All right. I got it under control. Trying to get under control. Oh my goodness. Mm-mm-mm. I was really craving some Popeye's chicken. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get myself together. Hold on. Hmm. I'm gonna have to go on mute for a second, you guys. So I'll be right back. All right, you guys. I had to get something on my stomach because my stomach was really bothering me. So I'm just gonna chew this up. I'm saying a little bit more, and I'm getting off of here so I can relax. Give me 1 second. I'm almost there. That's what she said. I mean, hold on. That's what he said. Oh my goodness, it was so corny. I left my own sister humor, bitch. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Okay, that's much better. Okay, now I have to look at my when my stomach calls for food. It calls for food. Mm-hmm. But you guys, oh my goodness, what else I was gonna say? Um, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season, though. You know, but I really do want, I really do want to get up and really get dressed up and get up and get out and just go trick or treating. You know, with family members. You know, I can't do it by myself because they be looking at me like, what is this weird grown man? Or you know what? I could go with white folks. You know, white folks love that shit. Yes, indeed, they are into the whole trick or treating, tricking and treating. Mm-hmm. They into that. So hopefully one day I may go with one of my aunties and let's go around, take the kids and get some candy. Cause I like her nieces. I mean her her family. You know they cool and go out there and just trick or treat or something. Well, it depends. They got parents, so therefore their parents gonna do. I would say the parents will do the majority of that. But yeah, but yes, indeed, I would love to get out. I ain't did it in a minute. Hmm. Oh my goodness, this beverage that I'm drinking is kind of nasty. It's tasting so nasty. I guess I haven't had one in a minute. I forgot about that. I haven't been drinking in the days. Last time I had something to drink was Monday, and we're Saturday. We're here Saturday. This feels so weird. Like anytime I go without anything, you guys, like it don't matter what it is. Well, it does matter what it is, but anytime I go without alcohol, it tastes very, very different to me. It's almost to the point where I don't even want it. But I'm not gonna waste my money. Mm-mm. I feel like I feel like what's that boy on Everybody Hates Chris Dad? That's $1.20 right there that you wasted. Look, anytime you have a drop or a spill or maybe even an overflow, I'm like, oh no, it's money on the floor. It's money on the ground, right? That's my money on the ground. Not gonna suck it up and get it though, but yeah, it's my money on the ground, man. Oh, mm-hmm. But I was craving some. I was craving some Popeyes. I want to give me an eight. I might go get me an 8-piece tomorrow. Now I can't eat an 8-piece by myself. I'm gonna get me. I may get a few sides. No, I don't want a few. No, you know I got a food here. I got food here because baby, I was spinning that shit. I was spinning that shit, spinning, and I was buying the things that I needed instead of the things that I want. But as a person that know how to shop, and when you are around your parents, and you know how to shop. Shoot, when it comes to going inside of a store and getting what you need, oh my goodness, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Because you get in, you get in, you get out. I don't want to be there all day. I don't want to be in lines. And it's bad. It's bad enough that some of these establishments are really, really trifling at times. Are really trifling at times because they may only have 2 registers working, but they have other employees, walking around. They may be stalking. Now I'm gonna sound like I'm gonna sound like this, Yana. I'm not here to come to your store moving shit around. It's dark in here. I haven't been in one of those stores yet, but I don't want to move anything around. I didn't. Look. Like the last time I went to Family Dollar, things blocked off. You got to walk all the way around. Boxes not even unboxed. Like, who wants to work in an establishment in a place like that? Like, I don't even want to deal with that. I really don't. And just because I don't have no, since I'm not a college graduate or I'm not a what would the world call me? What what is it? Uneducated? That's what they would call me. Um, they say you might have to resort back to those jobs, but I'll be damned. I'll be damned. But ain't nothing wrong with those type of jobs, baby. But I'm just not doing that. I go somewhere else. Yes, indeed. I'm picky when it comes to working, and hopefully, really when it comes to getting the right amount of money, because I don't want to be overworked. Because the more they overwork you, the more your body just gonna be breaking down. And I ain't got time to be breaking down. I'm still young, shit. I got a long way to go. I think I got 73 years left. Yeah, and that's when I be old. Look, in 73 years, I'll be 73, baby. Ugh. I hope I can see it. I can't wait because I'm gonna have to stop all what I'm doing, baby. It's gonna be only fruits and vegetables and maybe baked chicken, okay, and salads from now on, you baby. And that's gonna look, and maybe a couple of dips here and there because I love me a good old dip. I love me some guacamole. I love me some ranch, and I love me some Italian vinegar. I think it's Italian something or something zesty because me and my big sis like that, So I think it's zesty, but I love that. Oh my goodness! But I'm not gonna lie. If you don't take anything for gas, you're gonna be having your whole room smelling like what you just got done eating. So I would prefer outlook. I would throw that out there. I would throw it out there. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's in my head. Yes, indeed. I would throw it out there. Yes, indeed. But I didn't have much to say, you guys. I don't know, you guys. It's so weird when you do YouTube and you be talking. Sometimes it be like, damn. I hope I'm making sense. Because you be like, oh, you're running your mouth so much, and you like, damn, you're trying to just keep up. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I mean, a lot of people haven't left yet, so I'm still doing a good job. So I got to give myself a slap, a slap on the back. A pat. Me, not a slap. I said a pat. Oh my goodness. The the school district. I blame the school district for how they taught us. hmm I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, we are some uneducated motherfuckers out here. But no, I'll take that back. We are educated. We just got to be more educated. I would say be more knowledgeable, and that's important to be more knowledgeable. I can't even put myself down like that. We got to be more knowledgeable. And when you are more knowledgeable and you have wisdom already, so hey, just use it to it. And it goes 50-50, baby, hand in hand, baby. But I would like to be more knowledgeable about certain things. And should I be perfect? I mean, well, not perfect, but I'd be just perfectly fine. That's what I meant to say. I'd be perfectly fine with that, with just knowing certain things more, instead of asking questions. And well, ain't nothing wrong with asking questions, but sometimes, sometimes people know some, the next person may know what you need to know, but you may not know it because they was taught and you weren't taught it, or if you was taught it, they didn't break it down for you to understand it while they was teaching you. So it's like, how would they expect you to know? You know, how would they expect you to know? How? I get that all the time, but it is what it is. You have to keep on moving and keep doing the best that you can do. for yourself, and you don't have hoes like Tulsa playing in your face. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Being all another. That's another thing. Look, I'll take dimples over her. Yes, indeed. Because that person is very, very fickle too, as well. 1 minute she's cool with you, look, next minute she's shading you. Like, girl, pick one, choose one. With your passive aggressive ass. Yes, indeed, passive aggressive ass. Like, girl, get out of here with that. I mean, and then you think that's cute too? Hmm. I wonder if she do that in real life. I think she do because we seen a video of her at the doctor's office acting her ass. If I was that lady, I would have got you up on out of there. I would have called 911 on your ass. You would have got on out of there. Acting like how you was acting extra. How you doing? And then they gonna have the nerve to use that towards the end. Like, what? Don't ask me. Don't ask me shit. Get your ass out. Take your black ass home. That's what I look. But they can't say that because they are at work. But maybe in my mind, I'd have been like, girl, if you don't get your motherfucking ass up on out of no. I can no. Be respectful. Girl, no, I will no. I can say this though. Nigga, you don't get your motherfucking ass the fuck up on out of here. Get out of here before I call 911 on your motherfucking ass. We ain't trying to, we ain't finna play with your motherfucking ass for no goddamn YouTube. All because you want some motherfucking attention. Get your shit and get going. And get gone. Go on now. Get. That's how look. That's how they really should have been talking. I wish we can have some keeping it real moments in these, in certain corners and spaces. Even though we do, but those are the ratchet ones. But I'm just saying, like, for the people that's around, that's actually working with these motherfuckers and keep it real with their asses. Don't let them play with you like that because you know what? You give them space to really, in my mind, disrespect you. Mm-hmm. You give them space to disrespect you and walk over you. And it don't matter how many times you done told them this and told them that, and they still acting a fool. You're getting the ass the fuck out of here. Yes, indeed. Ain't nobody got time to be playing no crazy. Look, ain't nobody got time to be playing nobody's knowing what they doing, but they just want to be, nasty off a GP. Like like, I ain't gonna lie, that person that person can be on the red carpet and asking inappropriate questions, and she'll go against the grain, knowing knowing that they got a list of what not to ask, and she will ask them. Yeah, but I think it's a drug, and allegedly I think it's a drug though. Mm, I think it's a drug. Ain't no way in hell somebody should be up at the wee hours of the night in the bathroom for what? Why you in the bathroom for? I have already seen that type of behavior before. Are you on the upper or something? Like, that's what it's giving me sometimes when I see certain things like that. I just understand it. I'm not alleging to cocaine or anything, but who knows what these people be doing when they press stop on that recording, buddy. Like I always say, this is my saying. They are only letting us know what they want us to know. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna have to trademark that because I came up with that one. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. But it's the truth. I'm not lying. Hell, I'm not lying. Talking about I'm a cancer and I'm not a cry. I don't do all that crying. Yeah. It's easy for you to say that when you on camera. Okay, it's easy for you to say that, but at the same time, I bet you do. I bet you do have breakdowns. Okay, look, I don't have them. Well, I only have them when I'm in some shit. But I really don't like crying though. I really don't like doing that. But if I'm mad, you done pissed me off. Oh, baby, if I done got to the point where I can put my hands on, a tear will fall. Especially, especially when I've been good to you. Yes, indeed. But yeah, at the end of the day, baby, people are people. It don't matter what sign you are. And I hate that shit. It is what it is. But I play with it, but I don't. I'm gonna have to stop playing with it so much because it ain't really. I feel like we are people. We and it's so many different types of people on this earth. So therefore, we all react differently. Some reacting the same, and in same. And well, I would say they can act the same. Some can, and some can't. I feel like everybody has a twin out here, and it's a lot of twins. Like I'm sure it's probably a lot of me's out here. So there's a lot of yous out there. We all are different people. Look, it's just how we are. God made us this way. What they saying? But yeah, it's what it is. And then oh, and you know what? And another thing too, I didn't like. Well, can I talk about that on here? I don't think I can. But I'm gonna tell you this, you guys, and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Sometimes when you are chilling with people that you are cool with, they can be very, very. They come off as loving, but when you are loving, yeah, and then by that I mean like, hey, I got you, and this and that. But when the alcohol dies down, or I mean not dies down, but wear off, okay, and when it wears off, yeah, when it wears off, it's almost seems like you get a different person. And I have felt this before from different individuals, like, you really don't even fuck with me like that. And for them to say that they knew about certain things, it gave me confirmation in my mind on why they was coming off to me like that, because they didn't agree with that. They didn't agree with this and that. But now it's speed up to now, it's now it seems like they are accepting of it, because they like look, they like to talk to me about it. And I'm pretty happy about that, but at the same time I was not happy being analyzed and ostracized by people that I thought that was a friend or just cool, you know. It's like, damn, if you know, you know. But why is that important? I'm not out here saying, hey, I like niggas. I'm not saying that. Even though I still am attracted to women, they are pretty, but I don't want to sleep with them because I don't want to mix the two. Now, don't get me wrong, I can do that. Look, I can mix it up, but we ain't mixing it up over here. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. I don't want the woman thinking that she got something, because I feel like a lot of times, and y'all may get on my ass about this, but I feel like sometimes some women can think that a man sleeping with another man, and she may not want to sleep with you because you may have something. But I don't think that's always the case, though. They just may not like that. But yeah, what about a woman and a woman? Yeah, bumping pocketbooks, you know, eating the carpet. Hell, should I have a problem with that? Or should I not sleep with you because of that? But it's men out here that like stuff like that. They like to see their woman with another woman. Sometimes it's men, and this goes on the men's side. I think what it is, a polyamorous, or I can't deal with none of that. I got to be the only person. You know, no threesomes, no foursomes, no orgies. I always say that. I always stuck true. I have always stuck true to my word. We're not doing that. I don't know why people think. I don't know. I don't know why people may have thought that I would have went down for that. Like, no. Once you have experienced certain things, it just like, okay, that was nothing. It was kind of whack, and I don't want to go back to that. Just even the thoughts and thinking about it, certain situations, like, ugh, should have stayed home that night because it was a buzzkill. It was. Yeah, that's why I got look. That's why I got what I needed, and by that I mean not food wise. Got me something to eat, and I got the hell out of there. I made up excuse. Sometimes I had to take my friend. I text my friends. I told her, act. I told her to act like you got a problem, okay? And shoot, I got one out of that. Thank God for friends. Mm-hmm. Thank God for friends. Even though sometimes friends go through certain things, but you know it is what it is. I still love my friends, and if they feel one day they may want to walk away from the friendship, it's okay. Everybody's not gonna be around forever. hmm That's why I just learned to just continue to just love me and have my own little party, baby. My head, baby. I'm just like in my own little world, and I'm not gonna let anybody affect me. No, not at all. Not at all. Because when you have went through that, it's just like why would you want that energy upon you in your spirit? Just to have you all down because something didn't work out because you were so used to it. Sometimes you have to get uncomfortable and get new. I mean, not get new, but get ready for a new change. In your life. We all that's what it's called. It's kind of part of life. And I love that. I love the change. The change is good. Yeah. Because I mean, it's a lot of it's millions and millions and millions of people out here on this earth, and you have the option to just go out there and meet. Me personally, I ain't meet nobody right now, baby. Even the ones that I may have talked to, in the past, and maybe no, I wasn't in the present either. But well, maybe one, but I'm not ready for that right now. I'm not ready for none of that. I don't feel like I want to be in a relationship just because the holidays are coming, or just because I see somebody on Facebook on a vacation, or just because um, someone is on YouTube with their loved one. I mean, with their significant other. Hell no, I look at it like, oh, that's so cute, and I love how I can view certain channels that is maybe a woman and a man. They may have children, and they just really being themselves. They are blessed people. Well, they have, they got money, because we all are blessed. So it doesn't matter if you got a big house or not, or if you got a fancy car, hoop, you're still blessed. But I like to watch. I like to watch people. That's kind of just ain't no drama. They not. Now I'm not stupid. I know I know everything is not. That glitters ain't gold. So therefore, I know everybody has their own problems, but I'm not worried about that. When I click your channel, I'm watching you. I'm watching you cook for your man or your woman. I like that because I want somebody to do. I want somebody, like that one day in the future. Shit. I like seeing a woman. I like seeing a woman make a meal for her kids. It's very nice to see that, because you can see how much that she love her kids, and she love her family. She love where she's at right now in her life. You can see that, and you see sometimes the interaction with that. It's like, wow, it's beautiful. You know, and sometimes other human beings can kind of wish and want that, but sometimes you just have to wait your turn, and your turn will come. Your turn will come. But at the same time, don't never ever try to um, um, think that you're gonna try to replicate someone else's lifestyle, or really just how they are doing it. Because hell, you just never know what's going on. It's so easy to trick the public. We can act like everything is going to be okay, but at the same time, it ain't okay. A lot of things going on. We don't seen it plenty of times online. So. Mhm. I don't have any couple goals, and I don't have. I look. I don't. I don't. I'm not inspired by any of these couples, but I do like to watch things like that. It's just so home. It's just, for me. It's just like so homey. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And then they be having, the wife and the husband. They be very attractive people sometimes. And it's majority of black. I don't really too much watch the Caucasians like that. But I have no. I mean, I have no hate for them, but I used to like to watching our people. You know, our people, they may be middle class, but even if they wasn't middle class, because it's a woman I think she's a mom of six. I think it's proud mom of six or eight. But anytime I see her online, she's and it's two of them like that. It's two of them like that. I forgot the other girl name, but it's two of them like that. And they always stay pregnant. I'm like, damn, y'all love to be fruitful and multiply. Go ahead now. Go ahead now. Look, keep doing it. Keep doing it to your man. And I can tell, like, hey, she ain't going nowhere, and he ain't going nowhere either. Not with all those children. Because what, in actuality, they both balance each other out, anyways. You know, when it comes to certain things, I would say, when it comes to certain things, maybe with the jobs, or if you were staying home, if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, the dad is going out busting his butt just so you ain't gotta work. Or shit. And for instance, if you got a lot of kids and y'all may be a little tight on the jobs, shoot, kids come in handy when it comes to certain programs. I ain't gonna lie to you. They sure do. Now I ain't gonna hate. They do. Certain things, baby, they be coming in handy. Shoot, I wish I had about two of them come in income tax. I'm just saying, they come in handy. And I'm not saying to use them for that, but I'm just saying, look, the dynamics of it all, when it comes to he and she, and if they got a little extra, they got a stepdaughter, or if they got biological children, it lines together for their good. It does. It really does. It really does. I think I'm putting some people. I think I'm putting some people to sleep. And I'm just so excited about my new gig. My body hurt right now. Yes, indeed, boy. I have to dig. And you know what, you guys? I tried some dispensary weed, and I'm not a fan of it. It's not really good to me. Kind of, disappointed that I was going to be smoking some, something from it's not a clinic, but what's the place? What's the name of that place? What's the name of that place? Yeah, I know the weed shop. But I was just not happy. I'm just like, not this again. It's just tacky. I mean, not tacky, but it's just not good. I rather go look. I rather hit the streets. I know. I really told that person. I said, I rather you hit the streets and go get some from somebody than get from a dispensary. Don't like that. Nope. Mm-mm. And you know what? Don't forget your cans. How about you don't forget them hands? When Rico whoop your motherfucking ass. If you see him, don't forget them cans. Don't forget them hands, nigga. Don't forget them hands. Don't forget them hands. Are you as scary as Puerto Rican or whatever you are? I don't know what you are. Don't care about it. But yeah, don't forget them hands. Don't forget. That should be on the shirt. Don't forget them hands. Mm-hmm. Got so much mouth on the internet, but don't forget them hands. Don't forget them hands. You know what? And I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice. Hell, it's all right if you get punched in your eye. Hell, look, we all done took a few blows to the head when fighting, but hell, you act like a pretty boy. So hell, don't forget them. Look, don't forget them hands. Now, look, if you come across Rico, y'all in the same state. You want to talk about me, baby, my situation, baby, but you ain't coming out the motherfucking door. We're coming down the motherfucking block. Shit, I'm just saying. Shit, pick a side. Pick a side. New York ain't that. Look, it may be big, but baby, I'm sure you can find a way. Shit, like the ones that been there long, they kind of just know where to go. I feel like y'all may say, "Oh, it's just small," but even though it is big as hell. But here in the South, we say it was small, even though it's a small town. But I feel like it ain't that small because hell, I haven't seen anybody that I used to talk to. which I'm glad. I'm like, shit, it's a big city to me. My head ain't that damn small. Yeah, I'm glad them folks are gone. But yeah, like I was saying, don't forget them hands, baby. We got so much mouth on the internet, baby. Don't forget them hands, baby. And after that, you guys can have maybe some champagne. Since you like to be fancy and everything, ain't nothing wrong with being fancy. Nothing wrong with that. I think you expect us to be a little jealous or a little jelly, but it is what it is. You don't have to be mad behind that. But yeah, you guys, I do have to say this too before I go. And that bird's irritating me. I don't like it. Hold on. Look, anytime I'm gonna get paid, I need my money. I need my money. Okay? I don't need to wait one day or this day. Hell no. Baby, look, when I tell you, I could have came home earlier. But baby, no. You know why? I was missing one thing, and that was that moolah. That moolah. That moolah. I needed that. You goddamn right. If you can pay Peter, you can pay Paul. You goddamn right. Hell, don't be trying to rob me. Don't be trying to make me wait. I had other intentions on doing some things with that money, and I needed you to come through, and you came through. And I appreciate it. Now I'm feeling more like an adult now. I don't want to feel like a little kid. Anytime they're gonna tell me, "Oh, you could have went home." Oh no, I could not have went home. For what we going home for without getting paid? What we going home for without getting paid? I will wait to 12 or 1. I'm waiting for my cash. I don't give a damn. I can go without. I go to look at that because I know at the same time I can go here and there everywhere. And then if I wanted to really have a drink, but shit, baby, I had to get my little stash for Sunday because I may want to get me some ribs or something. I don't know. I want that, but at the same time, I may want a cold one. But I am going to get my money. You said I love that. I know that's right. Yeah, I need to get my money, babe. I'm not gonna leave you. I'm not gonna leave you. I'm not gonna leave at all. Because when you at the same time, when you asked me to do something for you, I did it without you having a yes or no or giving you any type of talk that you probably wouldn't want to hear. Because I know these people around me, so therefore it's like I know how they feel if I give them excuses. I know this thing is not still lit, but yeah, I know how they feel when I give them excuses. So you got that right. I'm staying for the money. I work hard for the money, hey, and I'm staying for that check. I'm staying for that check, so you better come on home. I don't give a damn if it was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll be out there waiting. I don't give a damn. Mm-hmm. You gonna treat me like an adult. You goddamn right. You're gonna treat me like an adult. I'm not a child. Hell, you look. I love when older people I will hold on. Let me get together because I'm talking fast. I'm getting happy again. I'm getting excited. Calm it down, because I'm just really happy to get in that damn bed. But what else was I say? Come on, because I'm losing my train of thought. But I always hated what else? I was gonna make a good point. So don't come to me, you guys. But no, the older people get paid, or older people they would say, oh my goodness, I forgot. Oh my goodness, I can't remember it. It'll come back to me. Hold on, give me a second, real quick. Let me think real fast. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I might start taking more brain memory pills because I be forgetting so much. Oh my goodness, too much marijuana at times. But anyways, I just want to be treated like an adult. I don't want to feel like I'm you're holding out, because I didn't hold out on mines. I ain't gonna lie to you. I almost had a moment where I feel like, shit, next time you call, I'm not gonna answer the phone. Shoot, because you know what you're doing. Because you showed him slow down. You weren't slow on asking me, so you shouldn't be slow on paying me. That's just law of the land. I'm just saying. That's just the law of the land. You gonna pay me, baby. You gonna have to pay. And they gonna tell me I could have went home. I could have went home. No, I could not. Hell no. For what? Ain't nothing there that I want right now. I told this person, I said, look, I thought you were gonna be paying me on time. It's like you paid them on time. Don't exclude me out the picture because of such and such. No, I'm not going for that. No, because at the end of the damn day, I would easily switch, not professions, but I will easily switch another job. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed, I will, and I will make it'll be kind of a little difficult. Because everybody ain't gonna do what I do. Everybody don't know what you know that I know on how it is to handle your business. Because you have a business, I don't. I know where to put things at. I know where to search for things to put in your stuff to make your stuff pop. They don't know that, and they don't take it seriously because they don't care about it. And when folks don't care about what you got going on, you get them niggas right from around your shit. Because if they'll do it to them, they'll do it to you. That's the truth. They sure will. That's why I don't look. If you want to borrow anything, just have it. You can have it. You can have it. Cause it depends on certain ones that I know that I do know of that I do know of that do that. Oh my goodness, I'm getting tongue tied again. That does this a lot. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But yeah, you come, and that goes with anybody. Sometimes you gotta tell these niggas, you cannot be trying to get over on me like that. If you need my help, you gotta pay, because I'm a good worker. I take my time. I may move a little fast, but I take my time and I try to get the job done so I don't have to come back tomorrow and do it. I don't know what's going on with some of these young people out here that's like around my age. Well, they all down to us. Well, some of them are around my age too. They're a little lazy. How are you gonna be lazy and you got needs and habits? How you gonna be lazy for that? Baby, anytime somebody calls me for something, baby, I'm answering. I'm coming, baby. I've been like that. I've been like this since forever, really. I will put things on hold. It was times where I wanted to be with somebody that I loved a lot, but I couldn't. I had to just say, hey, I gotta make me some money. Fuck laying up. Hey, fuck laying up. Hey, we ain't finna do that shit. 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 No, we ain't finna do that shit. No, we ain't finna, we getting our asses up and we're going to work. We're going to work. I ain't gonna lie to you. We're going to work. Sure is. I'll be sitting up and not trying to get no money. Like, especially when you got people calling you for stuff, especially when you know your situation. Like, who's gonna feed you? Who's gonna be buying you stuff that you like to, maybe drink or smoke? Who's gonna do it? Strangers are not going to give. Strangers are not entitled to give you anything, and let alone if they see you out there on the corner begging, or you calling them asking, they're not entitled. No one is entitled to give you a goddamn thing. Mm-mm. Lucky if you get some. Lucky. You better be lucky if you can get some water. Get a cup of water. You know, it could be sugar, but you know now we're going back to water. You know, we're going back to water for the time being. Yeah, lucky if you can get some water around here. Hell, it's so many niggas out here that be like that. I'm be understanding it. Look, I wish I had proof. But even though I do got proof on this channel, but I got proof of what I did. Y'all, I may have been on here at certain days, maybe at the wee hours of the morning, or maybe late at night. But y'all don't know what I had to do the next morning. You know, I could have easily went off and did what I did, and which I did. But I did it plenty of times. I just didn't show you guys. I wish I would have made shorts, but I wasn't thinking about that because I'm not fame crazed because I got people following me and supporting me, and I appreciate that. I don't take none of this stuff to the head like I'm some celebrity, in other people's heads they can kind of put that in this type of sector, but let's be real, we are all people just doing similar things, but it's on one platform right now, or two or three, depends on what you do. But I just would suggest just stay true to yourself. And if they gonna like you, they gonna like you. If they don't, they don't. It is what it is. Don't take it to heart. So because people used to get serious about you not speaking to them, or or responding back to them, like, oh, you ain't gonna talk to me. I'm like, are you serious? And then sometimes they'll be invested thinking that you are talking about them because you was talking about somebody else. Like, come on now, I'm not talking about you. I done had people tell me that too. Like, was that song about me? I'm like, what song? What song is gonna be about you? I done had people asking me, was you talking about me? Am I the hoe? No, you wasn't the hoe, but at the same time, you was the hoe. I called you that. You was the hoe. Yeah, I lied to you, but you was the hoe. Yeah, you were a hoe, and you have whorish tendencies on YouTube. That's why your channel is like it is now. We all know who that is, don't we? Yeah, we all know who that is. You used to go around here saying the same old thing like you really making money. Nigga, please. Nigga, please. Like I said, we ain't seen shit different from you. Besides, you get watch it, Castro. Gotta watch it. Gotta watch it. See, I think that look, I am working on myself. So that's improvement. I'm showing improvement, you guys. I'm really showing improvement because I can really take it there. But I'm not trying to do that right now because I'm having a good vibe. I don't want to go to bed a little bit kind of irritated because I don't go to bed upset. Now, if I'm a little, if I don't experience some things, yeah, I'm gonna have to lay it on down so I can kind of sleep that off. But yeah, I don't go to bed. I don't get in that bed having negative, feelings and thoughts, and because those are really spirits, if you ask me. Those are spirits, and you don't need to you don't need to have those spirits upon you. Even though some may disagree with me. Oh my goodness, they may not agree with me on that. I'm sorry, you guys. It happens. That thick ass tongue of mine. Mm-hmm. But some may disagree with me on that. It is what it is. See, I came back and said it right now. Mm-hmm. See, it is what it is. It's just something that happens. Mm-hmm. It's just a little. It's just look. It's oh my goodness. It's just my thing. I'm trying to work on it at times. But yeah, some may disagree with me on it, but it's the truth. But some would say it's just a feeling, but it is a feeling. But at the same time, why do you have to keep those feelings on you like that? Because you got something like you're living with something, or something that's have came into your body. You came around somebody, they spirit jumping on you. You acting like you saying you acting like them, and then you got people thinking that you crazy. That's I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That's just what I feel, and I believe it's true. I believe it's true. I believe it's true. Keep it nice, neat. I'm telling you the truth. It's the truth, baby. Anybody lying? But you guys, it's been real. I think I said all I could say. It's time for me to put it to bed so I can get up and maybe fix something to eat or get some churches in the morning. I mean, in the evening. But I'm going to get me some Popeyes. No, I don't eat churches. Churches are nasty. Ugh, yuck. I want Popeyes, or maybe KFC, but I'm gonna give me some Popeyes because I stay down. Look, I can just walk down the street and see. Even though I'm eating a little bad, I'm gonna burn it off anyways. It's only I think it's on. I think it's like maybe I was like 30 minutes. Yeah, it's like 30 minutes probably. No, it ain't 30 minutes. It's lesser than that. But yeah, but walking wise, it'll take a little minute to get there, but you'll be there though. It ain't that far, and I can walk. But yeah, that's how I am. Look, that's why I'm grateful. I can stay in the shape, in the size that I am. But what I would say before I go, I think the reason why my body hasn't, haven't been looking bad lately because I'm short and I'm a little fatigued, and I always, been that kind of guy. Well, when I got in high school, that's when I started losing weight because I was a little chubby. But I quickly gained that back. But my weight go up and down, so I don't be tripping. So it's just up to me if I choose to want to get on a diet, or if I choose, or better yet, if I choose to want to eat a salad or a burger. Because it's certain diets out here that you can try, liquid diets and other things like that, and maybe teas or smoothies and yogurts and stuff like that. Granolas and oatmeal. You know, uh, you know, I haven't made it there yet. I'm sorry, I have not. Look, it's already going. Look, even though I love me a little pork here and there, I ain't gonna lie to you. Smothered in some gravy, with a little onion on top, and then put two rice on the side. Yes, indeed. Maybe a biscuit or cornbread, or look, maybe better yet, macaroni and cheese or potatoes. Have options, yes indeed. But I can't wait for that shit. Okay, I'm giving me an 8-piece, and I don't want no thighs. No thighs. I don't want no thighs. I want breasts. I'm telling too. Can you replace the thighs with wings? Maybe drumsticks? It's up to you guys. Because I'm on breast. Breast is my favorite part of the chicken. I used to be a big wing lover, but I here now I eat a wing. I don't mind. Well, I will eat a wing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I will eat a wing, but I'm not. When it comes to fried foods, I'm not so crazy about the friedness of it. I prefer it baked. Yes, indeed. Anything baked for me, I love baby, makes me feel like I did my job right for my body. Because I'm really, even though I used to be a really, really heavy drinker. Oh my god, I was drinking liquor and beer. My goodness, I changed, and that was years ago. That was something started in, really around 21. But yeah, um, I I've been craving certain foods, and I want that to happen for me, baby. I'm just so glad that I know how to just keep that a balance. Keep that a balance. Don't overly indulge in those fatty foods because, I don't want no heart. Well, I can't speak up for myself, but I don't want to have to go through those things. That's why it's important just to keep it healthy. You want a cake, you want a slice of cake or a pie, get an apple, put a little peanut butter on it. That's good too. I like that. Get some celery and get some peanut butter on there. Or make you some, or better yet, you could make you up for a nice treat to treat yourself. Make you some peanut butter cookies. That sounds good to me. I tried to make them, but I look, it was an epic fail. I ruined those two. They came out crumbly. I mean, I took one bite. I'm like, oh my goodness, what's wrong with me? I don't know how to. Well, I know how to make cakes, but making that from scratch was like, oh my god, what did I do wrong? Did I not put enough sugar in it? Came out all budgy and pudgy and big and plump. I'm like, ugh, I couldn't stand it. Like, I don't. Just look, I'm not gonna lie. That kind of pissed me off because I was in my room expecting. I felt like I did all the instructions right, and I took my time. I even had the oven on, and that didn't work. How disappointing. I'm like, man, I can't serve this to nobody. I trashed them. But I did eat one though, even though it was very, very crummy in my mouth. Well, it was just crummy, just biting into it. Hard. Look, it was kind of hard on the inner side and the outside. It was just a terrible mess. How you guys ever scraped your bread when it got too black, or when it kind of got a little too brownish, or getting close to black. That's how it was. Like they were brown. They wasn't they wasn't look they no 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 they wasn't brown. They was a darker brown, real dark brown. They supposed to be light. Because I used to be a lighter brown, like you guys see right now. I done been in the sun a lot, so therefore my skin has changed. But I used to be light, And them cookies should have been light. Them niggas was. Look, I had some niggas cookies. I had some nigga cookies. I had some niggas peanut butter and cookies, boy, that day. Some niggas peanut butter and cookies. I did. I did. I would never ever. I don't want to ever do that again. I could not be on nobody's show trying to cook. No cookies from scratch. No, never ever again. If I do it, if I do it, I'm gonna watch a YouTube video first, and then I'm gonna try to do it on here live, so you guys can see it in the flesh, and then you guys can get my honest opinion about how it tastes. Cause I don't want to lie to you guys. Cause I don't need any more nigga cookies at all. We don't no more nigga cookies at all. But you guys, it's time for me to go. I appreciate you guys coming through. I'm finna go rest and eat a little bit, and I'm finna call it to bed. Bye, y'all. Appreciate it.